What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I don't know which direction this video is gonna go or how it's gonna end up, so I just hit play and let's go. If I sound a little weird, it's because I'm under the weather. I'm sick. I'm getting over it. Actually, I'm actually feeling a lot better. What? What? What is the point of the Xbox Series X this generation? Were the ponies correct when they said the best thing about the Xbox Series X was old games, playing old games? You don't buy a next gen console to play old games. On the Xbox you do. Were they actually right when they said that? I was trying to think off the top of my head out of all the games that Microsoft has released that on the console actually makes the Xbox Series X worthy of the extra $200 that it costs over the Xbox Series S. See, that's what this comes down to. The biggest fools this generation are people that bought an Xbox Series X. And yes, that includes me, so don't be offended. If the shoe fits, wear it. The shoe definitely fits me. I was a fool for buying an Xbox Series X because Microsoft makes me look like a fool for having an Xbox Series X. What benefit, what tangible benefit do I really have over someone that has an Xbox Series S? You tell me. To the point that some games weren't even going to come out because they wouldn't even run on the S, even though I had the more powerful hardware. I know you remember that video. When I was like, no, if you bought an Xbox Series S, I don't care about you. If Baldur's Gate doesn't come out for your platform, whatever, let it come out for ours. I'm telling you right now, some people purchased the Xbox Series X because they had 1 terabyte of storage versus the 512 that the Xbox Series S has. But now Xbox Series S has a 1 terabyte storage as well. Why would you purchase an Xbox Series X over an Xbox Series S? You tell me. Better performance? Wrong. It's a lie. It's BS. You could count maybe in one hand how many games have better performances. Maybe in one hand. Unless you're comparing them side by side, you ain't even going to be able to tell the difference between the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X in games. In Microsoft games. Other games you can, but games that aren't even made by Microsoft, maybe you can tell the difference. But in actual Microsoft games, it's like they made sure everything ran on the Series S and then just threw it up on the Series X. And that's what makes the Xbox Series X owners look like fools. There's no real point for the power. None of it. HellBlade is going to come out at 30 frames per second. I literally did the one thing that I was trying to stop myself from doing, and I went ahead and I bought a PC desktop to connect to my living room, which is what I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I went ahead and I did it. Now I got myself a very low budget PC, and it's still, I know that if we go tit for tat, my Xbox Series X should be able to demolish my gaming PC because my Xbox Series X can play games at 4K. My gaming PC can't do that. But what my gaming PC can do is drop resolution and play games at higher frames, which my Xbox can't do it. And for all of you that are not understanding, that always simply want is an option. That's it. Starfield, no option. Redfall, no option. HellBlade, no performance option. And these are Microsoft games. I'm not worried about third party. I'm worried about Microsoft games. So what are the... Halo Infinite, right? Hive Busters, was that an Xbox Series X DLC? Forza, Horizon 5, Flight Simulator. I only got 4 games that I could argue could show the power of the Xbox Series X. And with Halo Infinite, I know people are gonna say, well, Halo Infinite doesn't look good, this and that, whatever. Yeah, but it had a 120 mode, and I think it looks good. I think it looks great. Starfield at 30 frames, that's BS. I don't care. And I remember people were telling me, well, Doc, it's because you can collect all types of sandwiches and put them somewhere, and when you go back, the sandwich is still there. Who told these people we wanted that? Who told you we wanted this? Who told you this? Man, I don't know. Xbox themselves are not dying, but they're definitely making the point to show you that the Xbox Series X is pointless. I have no argument. There's no way I could tell someone to go ahead and purchase the Xbox Series X. There's no more argument for it. I Before it was a disk drive, right? Well, Microsoft is not making is going away from disk, right? They're going mostly digital, right? And then the other thing was the storage, right? And if you're going to talk about that games look better on the Xbox Series X versus S, go ahead, turn on your Xbox Series X, turn on your Xbox Series S, and just start playing the game. When you're actually playing the game, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. You're not. Trust me, I got both. You're not. I could play Halo on a 1080p monitor on my Xbox Series S, and I could play Halo on a 4K monitor on my Xbox Series X, and it's the same experience. You want me to lie to you? Do you want me to lie to you? I am extremely disappointed that Microsoft does not care to show the power of the Xbox Series X. And this is where now you got to think about the future. You're going to come out with a new piece of hardware, as you claim, that's going to be a generational leap. Why should I trust you, Xbox? Why should I trust you? Now, the great thing is that you have allowed Xbox to be everywhere. So yeah, I have an Asus ROG Ally. It's my Xbox. I have a pretty powerful laptop. That's my Xbox. I got a budget-friendly PC right now. Yeah, that's my Xbox. But here's the deal. All your eggs are in Game Pass. And I'm a huge Game Pass fan. Your hardware is not surviving. Your hardware is not succeeding because of your own fault. You're undermining it yourself, okay? You're not showing interest in it, okay? And now Game Pass is your only thing that's your bread and butter, Xbox, right? If Game Pass starts to fail or is not doing what it's supposed to do, how much longer are you going to support the hardware side of your business? You know what? To me, it's not going to matter because I'm not going to be stuck with your hardware. So I will use Game Pass on all my devices. And once Game Pass leaves and it's gone, I won't be left stranded. I won't be. Because I will have a PC that then I'll be able to play all the other games the same way that I've been playing them. Extremely disappointed. The best thing about the Xbox Series X for me this generation, I'm just being honest with you, has been the back catalog of Xbox games that I've played. I'm being honest. Has been Game Pass. I've been saying it since day one. I don't know who has the Xbox Series X or S without Game Pass. I don't know what you're doing. And no one has been able to convince me as to why you would purchase the Xbox and not get Game Pass. But when you have an Xbox Series X and there's no point to having it, yeah, you're a fool. So HellBlade, when this comes out, what am I going to play it on? My Xbox Series X or my PC? I'm gonna play it on my low-end PC. And I'm gonna give you guys the spec of my low-end PC here pretty soon. But just know this. My PC costs less, okay? It's a pre-build as well. It costs less than my Xbox Series X and my PS5 combined. Yeah, on that PC, I could go ahead and play Helldivers, and I could turn around and play Halo. I could go ahead and play freaking Spider-Man, and I could go ahead and play Starfield. All of them at 60 or above, depending on how I want to change the graphic settings. Because I don't need ultra shadows. I don't need ray tracing. My ambient occlusion doesn't have to be at very high. For those of you defending this HellBlade at 30 frames per second on Xbox Series X, you're pathetic. I don't care. You're weak. If you're defending 30 frames per second on this next gen console, you're pathetic and weak. The Xbox Series S, yes. Just take the L with me and admit that Microsoft lied to us when it came to the Xbox Series X. That's it. That's it. Doc, if you wanted 60 frames, you should have gotten a PC. Well, I did. That still doesn't mean I can't call out the X. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. It's not okay. I know I hurt your feelings. I know, Doc, but I like you. I don't like when you say things like that. It's not okay. Everything that has been flagship dropped on the PS5 has had a 60 frames per second mode or even a 120 mode. I saw people complaining about how Rebirth looked horrible at 60 frames per second. They gave them the option. They at least respected them enough to give them the option. We didn't even have an option for Starfield. We didn't even have an option for Redfall. Are you dumb? Are you listening to me saying if you didn't like the way Rebirth looked at 60, then play it at 30, right? But they gave you the freaking option. This is not a PlayStation channel. This is an Xbox channel, right? Xbox does not care about the Xbox Series X. And I think it's time for me not to care about that damn console either. Because it's making me look like a fool. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. This is disgusting. They don't even care. Phil, what are you doing, bro? What are you the flagship title Forza Motorsport on the Xbox Series X is laughable. Am I lying? I know I'm trying to end the video, but I know some of you want to rebuttal this. Redfall, no graphical power, no, same thing on Xbox Series S. The Xbox Series S is going to give you the same experience. Starfield, you're going to get the same experience on the Xbox Series S as you did the Xbox Series X, okay? Disappointment as far as power. What's the other one? Forza Motorsport, which was supposed to be the showcase of graphical power on the Xbox Series X. That's a joke. The best looking game on the Xbox Series X is either going to be Flight Simulator, right, which is a flight simulator game, or it's going to be Forza Horizon 5, which came out around launch. Yo, that's wild. And I don't care what engine they use for HellBlade. Here's another thing I'm going to tell you, and this video's taking a little bit way too long, but I don't care. Here's another thing about HellBlade, okay? Stop capping over how great it looks. These companies have shown us great looking video games left and right. Until we have it in our hands, I suggest you shut your mouth. You're watching scenes that they have picked to show you. How can you be that dumb? That's the thing. Some of these big channels, people that have been doing this way longer than I have, keep falling for this BS. Either that or you're completely disingenuous. So which one is it? Are you completely disingenuous, or are you just that dumb and that gullible that you're taking pre-rendered screens that Microsoft is giving you and you're looking at the game like, oh man, that game looks amazing, looks phenomenal. You think the game's going to look like that when you play it? I suggest you shut your mouth and you wait until the game comes out. Because now what you're saying is that the game looks so amazing that's why it has to run at 30 frames. When that game comes out, it better look so realistic and people are going to have to turn it off because they're not going to be able to play it. But you know it's not going to be that. Or what is it? The cinematics are going to look that realistic? Stop capping for this freaking game. You capped for Starfield and you looked crazy when Starfield came out. I got lucky with Starfield. I didn't see the hype for Starfield. Plenty of videos talking about how I didn't see the hype for Starfield. Starfield came out. I actually liked the game. Perfect. Same thing with Scorn. I didn't cap for Scorn. Didn't even know what Scorn was about. Scorn came out. I actually ended up liking the game. I loved HellBlade 1. But I loved HellBlade 1 because of the story that it told and the way that they told the story. The game looked good enough. The game ran well enough. But it wasn't anything that was like mind-blowing visually though. The first HellBlade, nothing like that. The combat in the first HellBlade was nothing mind-blowing. What was mind-blowing was the way they told the story and had you really feeling the story. And when you got to the end, you felt like there was a purpose to getting to the end of the story. And you were just left there letting the credits roll. I remember that feeling. The feeling is incredible. When you beat HellBlade, the first one, you're just sitting there watching the credits roll and just like, Holy cow. It's almost like when you beat a Plague Tales 2. Same thing. When you beat a second of Plague Tale, you're like, holy cow. Like, right? It's a different feeling. For those of you that have beaten those games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're just sitting at the end of the game like, damn, right? Some games do that for you, right? But graphically, it wasn't the reason. So HellBlade 2 could look incredible and they could still mess it up. Y'all know that, right? This is Xbox that we're talking about. Yes, they need to prove themselves. They do. I will tell you the games that I loved and I liked, and I will tell you the games that they still, I don't know. Redfall was supposed to be a staple game for them, and they fumbled that. Starfield was supposed to be a staple game for that. And even though it was a great game, I enjoyed Starfield a lot. The 30 frames on console was a problem. I'm not going to lie to you. Halo Infinite, I thoroughly enjoyed. I have no complaints about Halo Infinite. I know other people don't like Halo Infinite. I have no complaints about it. I still play it to this day. Forza Horizon 5, no complaints about it. I remember the generation started and I was like, damn, this, okay, Xbox, we got something. Plus all the old games that I was playing too, we got something. But now, I don't know, man. This is a pretty long video, so you can tell how disappointed I am. HellBlade at 30 frames, and that's the problem, is that we knew this was gonna happen, right? But nobody cares. Nobody cares. What was the point of the Xbox Series X? That's the biggest disappointing console of this generation, the Xbox Series X. The S makes a lot of sense, but the X, Microsoft should just give us our money back. We should start a false claim lawsuit or something. Now I gotta end this. Doc Dog 1985, there's levels to this. Watch the stupid ponies being, look at Doc crying. Shut up. Shut up. Because if I stay quiet and I don't say anything, then you call me out talking about you never complain about anything. You're a shill for Xbox. And then when I do say something about Xbox, oh, look at Doc crying. Freaking idiots. I hate ponies. I can't say hate. That's not a proper word. I wish ponies got stubbed their toe every single week. For like every morning for a week, they stub their big toe or their little toe on the side of the bed right before they go to work. And as they stub their toe, since it's early in the morning, they pee themselves just a little bit. That's what I wish for every pony. Yeah, but I don't hate them. We out. Peace.